Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Henry from SoCal Solar Panel Cleaning Company. And today's topic, we are talking about how we get contracts for solar panel cleaning for commercial accounts. Uh, I'm responding to a message that was sent to us by HVAC, our vlogger, and he asked, "Can you guys talk about how you do your contracts for commercial accounts or paperwork involved other than insurance?" So, want to talk about this. This is kind of important. The steps that we go through to do this. Sorry, tonight Rick isn't here. He's getting some rest. He worked hard yesterday in a commercial account, and so it is Sunday night. Figured I would get on and kind of explain that to you guys, so you guys knew exactly how we get commercial accounts. Now, when you talk about getting contracts, what we do first, before you get a contract with a commercial account, there are several things that you have to do. Okay. So I'm going to go through this step by step so you guys understand our process and what we do in order to get these contract accounts. Now, you want to first you want to do is you want to figure out which commercial account you want to go with, who you want to try to target. And so what we usually do is we will look around, see which buildings have a lot of solar panels on them, and then we will walk in. So the first step, the first process is to make contact with the facilities manager or somebody who is in charge of the solar panels themselves. Now, what we target is we target big apartment complexes, we target huge buildings, and we'll ask for the facilities manager. Now, when we ask for this facilities manager, we're trying to get, you know, them to go with us. So we would walk in, say, "Hey, we're a new solar panel cleaning company in the area. We want your business. We want to find out who cleans your solar panels." And they'll come back with the response, "Well, we don't have anybody right now, but maybe later," or what have you. And so we will ask for a point of contact, and that's usually where you want to start. You want to start with somebody who's making these decisions. And a lot of times they will point you in a direction of somebody in another area, higher up, or what have you, that can make the decisions for you. So the first thing they're going to ask you to do is they're going to ask you to put in a bid. Okay. And so you have to know your numbers. You have to know, what is going to make sense for you as far as making money with these accounts. Now, you got to figure out, is it a flat roof, or is it ground mounts, or is it rooftop, or is it going to be carports, or, so all that comes into play. Are you going to rent equipment in order to clean the panels? Are you going to need equipment in order to clean the panels? So a lot of times what you want to do is you want to figure all that out before you even make contact with anybody that's going to make these decisions. Now, what I do is I will basically walk in, try to talk to somebody and call them or what have you, and say they go, "Yeah, go ahead and put in a bid." And so we'll ask them how many solar panels they have and so forth. And then we'll put in the bid and send that off, whether it's through email or making contact with the individual. Now, you will get individuals, companies calling you and asking you to put in bids. So if they're asking you to put in bids, then they're interested. They get that way too. So you can get jobs that way by companies calling you and asking you to put in a bid for a contract. That's the first step that you have to do. In order to get a contract, you have to put a bid in, and they have to accept the bid. Once they accept that bid, what they're going to do is they're going to send a contract to you. It could be a 5-page, 6-page contract. And what that contract does basically is it's a guideline of what is expected in the time of cleaning, the cost, everything else. So when they give you that contract, that pretty much means that you have the job, and they want to make sure everything is, in writing, signed, what have you. So they're going to ask for insurance, possibly a COI, certificate of insurance. They're going to ask for that. That is the paperwork that comes along with it. So basically, you're going to contact your insurance agent. They are going to put them down as, for their insurance, ahead of their insurance. So that way they're covered. And that's a COI, certificate of insurance. And they want to be either added on or the primary. So that's what you have to figure out. Now, your insurance agent may charge you anywhere from $100 to $150 per job to do that, unless you have a contract agreement with your insurance company that you can get as many COIs as you want throughout the whole year. It's best to do it that way. So now we got the contract. So basically, we put in the bid, they accepted the bid. Now this is where the contract comes in. And you can make this contract for a cleaning for maybe one time. If you want to do twice a year cleaning or 3 times a year cleaning, you can work that out with the person that you are talking to and try to get a contract for, 3 times cleaning throughout the whole year, or twice a year, or what have you. You can do it that way. And so if you do that, you can set your prices, maybe cut them a little break on the first time cleaning, and then the second time go ahead and charge them a little bit more, or vice versa, the other way around, however you want to do it. So, with that being said, contracts are basically getting done after the job has been pretty much agreed on with whoever your point of contact is, and that's how you get contracts. Or there's big companies out there that are the middlemen, and say they are involved in huge buildings. Maybe they have 7 or 8 commercial buildings, and they are managing that. So you can contact them and try to work something out with them as far as trying to get all the apartment units or what have you. And so forth. And I'll get to your chat right here in a minute. I see a chat just came in, so I will get with you on that in a minute. But in order to get these contracts, you have to make contact. So Rick and I will see. We will see a commercial building, and we say, you know what, I want to try to target this building. And then we will make contact with the receptionist or whoever, and we'll ask for a facilities manager. When we ask for that facilities manager, they usually know who cleans the panels, or they may even tell you, oh, well, we lease the panels, and you have to contact the leasing company. And we'll ask, who is the leasing company? You always want to ask who the contact is, whether you get them their phone number or their email, or maybe a card or something, where you'll be able to get that. And that's how you get started with the commercial buildings. And the one that we did the other day, that we just did, was a residential, and their brother had commercial buildings. As a matter of fact, we cleaned that one. They liked that one so much, they referred us to another person for another commercial account. And so we're looking at that commercial account also, and going to get that one also. And it just kind of rolls downhill from there, because usually when they know that you do a great job, they know that you go out there and you can do the work, you have the equipment, you have all that, and then it just makes things easier, where you can go out there and get these contracts with these companies, and before you know it, you are in the commercial business. You're out there, working it. And so let's say hello to Daniel. Hell yeah, first on here, all the way from San Antonio. What's up there, Dat? And love your comments, man. Love your comments. HVAC R Vlogger. I'm waiting for my LLC to get approved from Sacramento. You don't have to wait for an LLC, HVAC. And he was the one that asked the question. So that's another thing. And this is another myth that people, they are so concerned about a corporation or an LLC or anything like that before they even start the business, that they're losing money. They're losing money because they're not out there working the business. They're waiting. And really, an LLC isn't going to do you any good if you're not making any money. And I learned that in business a long time ago. Now, if you are making money, then you might want to start looking at a corporation, a C Corp, an S Corp, a sole proprietorship, an LLC. You might want to start looking at one of those later on in the year, because when you start making money, then you can say, okay, tax person, I want to go ahead and do this, an LLC, because that costs money up front. That's going to cost you some money to get that started, and that takes a while. So HVAC, don't worry about the LLC. Get your business license, get your business account, get started with that, and get that done. And so you could get started on some residential. Start doing residential. Residential is huge when it comes to solar panel cleaning. Commercial is just icing on the cake, pretty much. But Dam says Lone Star Solar Clean and Pressure Washing. Awesome. HVAC says, I'm an HVAC tech, been doing it for almost 10 years. I did some residential work, would notice 95% of the solar panels were completely dirty. Then this channel came up on my feed. Awesome. I guess we are working. Thank you guys for subscribing to our YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We'll let you know when we go live like this. And also our other videos, we're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers so we can go live out in the field and show you guys out in the field. So if you want to share this, our videos, or share our channel, that would be awesome. Also, make sure that you guys put in the comments, I subscribe. Tell us where you're from, because we want to know where you're from, and who's being who we're reaching out to. So I have the Sola-tec seat right behind me. Awesome equipment. It is one of the best, and this equipment right here is made for solar panel cleaning, for solar panels, whether it's a solar farm, whether it's solar up on the roof, commercial. If they have hundreds and hundreds of solar panels, this right here will get this done easily and cleans it up really, really nice. This is a brand new one. that we have. So, and we have more coming. We definitely have more coming. So we're pretty excited about that because the business is booming and business is growing by the minute. So I have a calendar right here for the whole month. And what I'll do is I will book as they come in. I'll start booking them and getting them 2 to 3 a day. Get these taken care of, and there we go. We have all the residential, and then some of them will say, "Hey, do you guys do commercial?" Yes, we do, and we will go out there and do commercial accounts or go and take a look at them. One of the other things that I want to mention too, when you are looking at going for commercial accounts, and it's a lot harder, guys, because there's a lot of them out there that may not want the service right now, but they may want it later. So we always go out, we give them our business card, we go out and we give them our flyers, our door hangers. We make contacts, we go through email and make contacts with whoever is in charge. And and a lot of them will check out they'll check out your profile. They'll check you out on Google. They'll check you out to check your website out before they even do business with you. This is how people find us, is they look at our Google My Business page and they see all these great reviews. So they give us a call and say, "Hey, would you guys consider putting in a bid? We have this account right here, and we have 1,000 panels that need to be cleaned." And then sure. And within a half an hour to an hour, we're out there putting in our bid. And if they say, "Yes, you know what, looks good," then they shoot us over a contract. And that's where you get your contract. So your contract doesn't come first. It's you approaching the commercial accounts and you talking to the right people. If you talk to a facilities manager or a person that is in charge of the solar panels, that's who you need to get with. And here is something, a quick tip on this. If you have a receptionist and that receptionist says, "Let me get your information," you give them your card, you give them all that, but you ask who's in charge and can I have that person's name and number. The facilities manager, ask for the facilities manager, or whoever's in charge, for example, the leasing company, and ask who the point of contact is. Most of the time, they're going to give you that information, and then you have your lead, and you can basically go out there and just continue on and try to make contact with them. And if they say no for some reason, don't be afraid. Don't say, "Oh, don't get depressed." It's going to happen. But then you may not be their first choice. Maybe you're their second. Maybe they hire somebody else. Maybe they hire a guy in a truck that has a small brush that is going to clean 2,000 panels. And he underbid himself. And a lot of guys do that. They will underbid themselves to get the contract, and they are screwing themselves when it comes to not pricing correctly. And so you want to make sure that you go out there and you bid correctly. Now, there are some out there that are government contracts and they have prevailing wages. And so you have to be really careful with that, because you have to pay your employees that prevailing wage. And that could be really tricky, because you could be paying $26, $30 an hour to each employee because it's prevailing wage with the government contract. And if you underbid, you're screwed as a owner. So you want to make sure that you go out there and bid correctly. And it's always good when you are looking at some of these big companies. What we do is we'll get an address, And then we'll go back and we'll go on Google Earth, for example. We'll put in the address and we will target the buildings around that whole area and go after them too. Because if they see you on top of a commercial building, they're most likely going to, take a look and say, "Hey, look, those guys are out there cleaning solar panels." And before you even have an opportunity or somebody approaching you, target them and make contact with them. And even they could be even a bigger company, company like Target or Costco, or these big corporations. It's harder to get into those, and it does take a lot. But target the smaller commercial buildings first. You do that, you should be fine. And then when you feel comfortable, go after the bigger ones and start targeting the bigger companies. And you're going to find out once you get your foot in that door, it's all out. I mean, you are now you're playing with the big boys, so you got to have the big boy machines like these. Okay. All right. So let's read some of these comments. HVAC says, with the HVAC trade, I learned how to deal with customers and be professional. I called around and asked how much others are charging, and was shocked how unprofessional they sounded on the phone. Right, exactly. Let me see. That damn Daniel. Is the commercial panel request the same as panels from a farm? No. A farm could be anything. There are tons of solar panel farms around. For example, there's solar panel farms for the state, like Caltrans. They have solar panel farms. They have schools. Schools may have contracts with other solar panel companies. There's other apartment units that have contracts with leasing companies. So you just need to know who to target. So the best thing for you to do is make contact with the property manager or the facilities manager that's on site and ask them, because they will be the ones to give you the best advice as far as who to contact. And then you just call them and talk to them and say, "Hey, I own a solar panel cleaning company and would love to have your business." And if they like you, they may pick you up. Who knows? They may say, "Put in a bid. We would love for you to put in a bid." So what's up there, Nate? Nate 103, Central California, mostly dairy solars. Yeah, I've been through Bakersfield, Fresno, that whole area right there, Salinas. I'm thinking that's where you're looking at, and then up in Northern California also, there are tons and tons of solar panel farms there. And for those of you that don't know what solar panel farms, they're usually what they call ground mounts. And the ground mounts are on the ground and you're cleaning those. They have them all over the place and they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and they're going to need people to clean those. And so you might want to target a lot of those too. Let me see here. Rick, what's up there? Oh, it's not my partner, Rick. So it's Rick Barron 2020. Hi, I just started my business. How do you do your advertising for residential? Thanks. Man, that is a sore subject. I have tried every marketing company out there, spent thousands of dollars on that. My best advice to you is get yourself a Google My Business page and really go to town on the Google My Business. Try to get as many reviews as you can. The more reviews that you start to get, the more it's going to help you. Um, I'm gonna give you a little piece of advice. When you sign up for your business license, what's going to happen is you're going to get tons of marketers wanting your money, and they're going to promise you the world. They're going to sit there. We can give you thousands and thousands of leads and this and that. No. Solar panel cleaning is a little different than solar panel installation. Now, solar panel installation may work for companies like Yelp, Nextdoor. There's other companies out there. Thumbtack is another company. There is PR Business, which I don't care for. There's a lot of them, a lot of companies out there that will gladly take your money. Do your research and make sure that you guys kind of just test them out, test the waters, because it may work in some instances. I'm going to give you an example. I'll give you an example, Rick. We tried a company called Yelp, okay, and we didn't do good at all. We spent almost $900 and probably got 3 people that called us, and one person left a great review. As soon as we canceled the service because it wasn't working for us, that review went away. Now, if you try looking for our business on Yelp, we may be on the 8th or 9th page, and nobody finds us on Yelp. Google My Business. Google My Business. We have our company on Google My Business. We had, I don't know, it was like we started out with maybe 2 reviews. Now we have 39 reviews, and they're all 5-star. And we get tons of people that just call us. And you always want to ask, how did you hear about us? And they'll usually tell you, well, I did a Google search on solar panel cleaning and you came up number 1. Oh, awesome. Then it works. See, I go out there and I really target my Google My Business page, put lots of pictures up every single day, put a lot of information, and you can advertise on Google. It is very expensive to advertise on Google, maybe anywhere from $7 to $13 per lead for solar panel cleaning, which is ridiculous. I don't advertise on there. I just have my Google My Business page, and that's where people come in, and it organically finds you after a while. So I predict by the end of the year, we will have well over 100 reviews, hopefully all 5-star. And that's what we're targeting. So there's a lot of companies out there that will take your money, Rick, but Google My Business has been the best for us. I love them. I won't go anywhere else, and I stick with them. So whoever you want to go with is cool with you. All right. HVAC says, I notice everyone around my area just simple brushes. I'm waiting to save my money and buy the best equipment to help me do the job faster. It's and better. Just like HVAC, you have a good as tools you have, right? You know, HVAC, Kate, thanks for the question, by the way. But the thing is, when you pull out a brush like this, it doesn't matter how small of a vehicle you have, that right there makes up for everything, because that's what they want to know about the brushes. You know, and I always tell anybody who calls me, I will say, make sure that they have a rotating brush. Make sure that they have something that's going to be able to clean the panels 3 to 4 times when they're up there, like we do. We have a big brush that is specifically made for solar panels. And we purchased this overseas from Europe. And we have a supplier here, and they supply us with the best brushes for Tesla, for Sunrun, for all these other companies that have solar panels. And this brush right here will clean them to the T, polishes them out really nice, and they come out like brand spanking new. And once we say that, and once we tell them that we are going to go over their panels 3 to 4 times, it's a no-brainer for them. They'll say, okay. And then what we'll do is we'll cut them a deal, and we'll say, tell you what, what did the other guy charge you, if you don't mind me asking? And they'll tell us, or they'll try to lowball us, and we'll sit there and say, well, we can't really do it for that price, but this guy's going to go over your panels one time for this price, which will go a little higher. And we'll say, we can go over your panels 3 to 4 times in less than an hour. And that's sold. And so they're jumping all over it. And the next thing is I'm out there writing their address and their phone number and getting their information and going from there. Rick says, Rick Barron 2020, can you buy that brush in America? Yes, you can. You could buy it here in California. My distributor is here. I will leave her contact in the description below. I'll have her contact information. If you want to call her and go from there, you can. And you can ask her, and she will help you out. Her name is Diana, and she will take care of you. So just look in the description below this video, and you'll see it there. I don't make any money off of this. I'm not an affiliate by any means for this company. It's just that we work really well together. And so, she has her own company. I have my own company, and she is a very kind-hearted person and will take care of you. She is the distributor for this company. I am not. I'm just somebody who uses it. Rick and myself, we have several of them that we use, and we're buying more. So we're just like you guys. All right. That damn Daniel, hell yeah, brother. I love the information. Thank you. No worries. Let me see. Mac Morderi says, do you prefer working out of a truck or van? Well, I purchased a 2021 Silverado, and I haven't loaded it up yet. I have a truck for the company, and Rick and I have a van. As you guys see, we have the van, and the van is we're outgrowing the van because we have a lot of other stuff in it. We do solar panel cleaning, we do window cleaning, we do pressure washing. So we do all that. We do bird proofing. So we keep a lot of supplies in the van itself. And it's great because you don't have the fear of somebody ripping you off, taking somebody from the back of things from the back of your truck. So it's enclosed. So in that way, it's better. We'll probably end up buying a much bigger van, maybe a Mercedes or something, down the line, who knows? But eventually we're going to outgrow it, which we have already. And I love my 2021 Silverado. It rides really nice, less than 500 miles on it already. But we're going to put that to good use come summertime. All right. Let's see. HVAC says, I'm from Modesto. What's up there, Modesto? We'll be doing the Bay Area as well, since I'm so used to working over there. Yes. Any big major city, we're in Los Angeles, and we do Orange County, we do San Gabriel Valley, we do San Bernardino and Inland Empire, and we also do San Diego County. So we travel all over the place, and we'll go down to Bakersfield, Central Coast. we'll head down there if the money is right. Um, Let me see. Rick says, thanks for the advice. I appreciate it. No problem. He also says, how hot can you clean a solar panel? I'm in Vegas. It gets 115 in the summer. Um, well, Rick, that is, you're going to hear different people saying different things. Oh, you're going to crack the solar panels if you do this. Look, if you're throwing ice cold water onto a hot solar panel, yes, you may have an opportunity to damage it. But like what we have in our truck, if it's 115 degrees outside and we have a 100-gallon tank in our back of our van or in the back of a truck, the temperature is going to be the same, just about. I mean, if anything, it's probably going to be warm. So I wouldn't worry about cracking solar panels at 12 o'clock in the afternoon if you have a 100-gallon or 200-gallon or a 500-gallon tank behind you that's been out in the sun. Or anyways, it's going to be either room temperature or outside temperature. So don't worry about that. If you have water coming out of a ice truck and you're spraying them down in 100 degree weather, well, that's a different story. So, but good question, by the way. But honestly, we have, ever since we've been doing this, we've never cracked one solar panel with the water that we use. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. All right. HVAC says, a lot of people are shocked I'm leaving HVAC for this. To be honest, I don't want to be breaking down my body when I am 40. You know what? Hey, I mean, look at Rick, look at myself. We're not young anymore. We were doing one job for 25 years. And I'm going to tell you, I'm 55 years old, 55, and I'm still climbing roofs. I was climbing poles for a living. So for me, I'm still out there doing it. Keeps me in shape, keeps Rick in shape, keeps us going. We may not look it, but physically we're doing a lot of work. And if you're out there just using a simple brush, well, you're going to work harder and it's going to beat you up. If you have something like this right here, this does all the work. All we do is sit there with the pole and guide it. That's it. That's what we do. And so with that, it's fairly easy. Let me see. Dat Dam Daniel, what's up there, Dat Dam? How do you compensate helpers or employees, an hourly wage or a 1099? I don't do 1099. I do a hourly wage. And there are companies out there, the payroll companies that you can hire. We have a company that we use. It's $200 a month. And I think it's up to like 5 employees, but you want to pay them an hourly wage. And then also it has workman's comp included. So if anything, they get hurt or something, we're covered. And not only that, we have our, $3 million policy for our insurance that covers us too. But great question. There are guys out there that will pick guys up at, I don't know, maybe Home Depot or something and, pay them under the table. But what happens is if they decide they hurt their back or they, did so or slip or fell or something, and they're going to sue you, you're going to be in worse situation as opposed to hiring a payroll company that has workman comp and go that route and try to do that. Okay. Rick says, I use the people's water from their own houses. Yeah, we do too. I mean, we use the water to fill up our tank, a 100-gallon tank in the back of the van, but it goes through our DI tanks first. And so by the time that it gets into our tank in the back of the van, it is pretty much deionized water. And, they're happy with that. So, but yes, that's a good idea, just to use the water if you can. HVAC says, I noticed that everybody in my area doesn't even have uniforms or good equipment with personal trucks, so they look super unprofessional. Well, that's your opportunity to take advantage of these big corporations that don't want people that look unprofessional. Going back to that, Rick and I have picked up commercial jobs because guys could not finish the jobs. I don't know how many times I can tell you, we have been called by commercial accounts and asked us to come up and take a look at their building. And because 2 people have been there already, 3 people have been there already, and they haven't finished the job. Maybe the roof was too steep, or there was so many panels that they just quit. I mean, there's one guy, literally, there was 1,900 panels that they wanted us to clean. They said 3 people have been here. In order for you guys to get this job, you're basically going to have to prove to us that you can do the job. And we showed them this, and that's all it had to do. That's all they had to see, was that right there. As soon as they seen the Sola-tec, they were convinced. And we said, yeah, we can get this done in 2 days. And really, we knocked it out in 7 hours. 1,900 panels in 7 hours. And we went over them twice. And they were pleased, they were happy, and they're calling us back this year. So again, great, as far as being professional, definitely have to be professional, especially when you're talking to corporations. All right. Let me see. Rick says, HVAC, I've noticed the same thing. I made sure to get matching uniforms. The good thing about HVAC is that I'm super used to working on rooftops and 120-degree weather. Yes. JG, what's up there, JG? Welcome to the channel. Is there a smaller version of the Sola-tec? Thanks. Well, the Sola-tec here breaks down to 4 pieces. So there's 4 pieces in this Sola-tec right here that you can unscrew, and it breaks it down smaller. You don't want smaller. Trust me when I tell you that. If you get smaller, you'll work harder. This is 42 inches. That will cover a solar panel, which is 40 inches wide. So in one sweep, literally up and back, it's clean. You can go over it again, go over it again, go over it again. And you don't want anything smaller if you could avoid it, because that right there, that right there is, it could get, you can buy another brush that may cost you $600 or for example, $300, but the pole is going to cost you $1,900. And for that price, you could look at that right there and get something similar to that. Jonathan, what's up there, Jonathan? Jonathan says, how much for the pole and brush? I don't give out prices, Jonathan. If you look in the description below after this video is over, you can call Diana. She is the distributor. She's the one that gives prices. This is not my equipment. I buy this equipment, and I have another video on our channel that we recently posted called The Twins, which is another rotating brush. It's smaller and it's cheaper. It's around $500, but then you have to get a pole, high pressure water pole for that too. And that is going to cost you even more money. So you're looking at $800, $900 for just the smaller version. So yeah, it does add up. Great questions, guys. Hey, and thanks a lot for coming on. If you guys can, give me a thumbs up if you guys are getting value out of this live video. This is the first live video actually that I've done. I'll have Rick on here hopefully next time. and we can do more live videos. We can't do live videos out on the field because we don't have 1,000 subscribers. This is what really irks me about YouTube. What is going on in the background? Wow. Got the girlfriend over there cleaning dishes as I'm doing a live video. Now that's comical. All right. HVAC says, just bought my compressor. Awesome. Great. Glad that you bought that. Just kind of do your homework. We buy nothing but the best. When it comes down to our window cleaning products, we buy the best. Our pressure washing, we buy the best. When it comes to solar panel cleaning, we buy the best, because Rick has said this many, many times. You go out there and you buy this other stuff and it's cheaper, you're going to work harder and it's just harder. Look, if we can buy the best the first time, you go for it and buy the best the first time. If it was up to me and I sat there and said, well, should I have bought the van the first, or a truck or something else first? Now that I think about it, I probably would have bought me a brand new truck that started with that, as opposed to being cheap, going out there and saying, I'm starting the solar panel business and I'm just going to see how it goes and then gradually go up. So we learned from our mistakes, and, but it is what it is. Now, we invested in brushes, cheap brushes. We invested in mid-grade brushes. Then we invested in the big boy. And then now we have another big boy. And now we might even get another big boy. So we'll have, 3 of them for 3 different other crews to go out there and clean them at the same time. So once you start growing, once you start doing that, then, there's other brushes out there that will probably do almost the same thing. But what this has been the best as far as I'm concerned. We ever since we purchased the first one, we never went back to our other ones. They're still in there. I could probably sell the other ones if I wanted to, but we're going to keep them just in case we need them. But great question there, Jonathan Garcia. How much for? Yeah, the poll is I don't want to mention prices, but it's well over $1,000. But it's graphite, so it's super, super light, and we bought 2 of them, so but that's the investment that you're going to have to deal with if you're going to be a serious solar panel cleaning company, and once you get that, then exactly what this says right here: dreams don't work unless you do. And so you got to make it happen. Can you connect? It says, can you connect 2 poles with 2 poles with 1 pressure washer? These, no. Unless you have a huge pressure washer that is going to support the PSIs, no, you can't. You need 2. We have 2 pressure washers for this. And so one works off of one and then one works off the other. Now, for example, the smaller water-fed poles, the smaller water-fed poles, those don't need a pressure washer. You can just run that off of, say, your DI tanks and the pressure coming off the hose. You can use those, but they're not these, So, but great question. That damn Daniel says, I'll be placing my order tomorrow for the C1000 kit with telescoping pole and gooseneck. Oh, awesome. So you must have talked to Diana. What size hose do I order? And the valve stems that you have. She will set you up with all that. Trust me. They're very good. They know our whole setup. You just say, hey, I want the same setup as Henry and Rick, and she'll hook you up with the same setup. So she knows exactly what to get. Jan also will help you out. They are good at what they do. And it's like this. I don't tell them their business. They don't tell me my business. they know what to do. They know how to set things up, and so they'll set it to what you can afford and your budget and everything else like that. Okay, so all right, well, great. Guys, I've been on for almost an hour. So I'm going to call it quits tonight. Get ready for tomorrow. Rick and I got to get started 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Get ready to work. We got several jobs to knock out tomorrow. Get that done. Thank you guys for watching my videos, man. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Make sure you put in the comments where you're from so we know where you're from. I don't care if you're from Australia, overseas, Mexico, wherever. Here in the US, let us know where you're from and let us know you subscribe. And we appreciate you guys subscribing, by the way. Rick and I, we like to see our growth keep growing just like our business. So we know that we're doing something right and helping you guys out by answering some of these questions. All right. With that being said, guys, this is the video for commercial accounts and what to do to get a commercial account. Thank you guys for watching, man. I really appreciate it. And thanks for the thumbs up. Give you guys a good thumbs up, and thank you guys for watching. We will see you guys on the next video. Peace.